the same amount every single day. Eggs, the same thing. And the meat is also possible to have it like the same amount every month. Same amount of every week, the production. But try to do like wheat or vegetables, all those kind of stuff. Those things you cannot get every single week. And those are the things they always advertise. Oh, it's good for you. They're good for you. Yes, might be very true. I'm not denying that at all. But I'm just saying it's a little bit fishy if you really think about it. That why is it the products that used to be like a very common things to be taken, consumed, are now very bad for you, and they are same kind of products that you constantly get from the farm. They're constantly coming, and the expiring is very, very they spoil very fast. Those products are now very bad for you. And then all these kind of things, let's think about almond milk or this kind of artificial milk products. Those products, it's a heavily processed. There's a lot of middlemen people, and then also usually they don't expire fast. Meaning those things are not items that people need constantly. That they constantly would need to go and get it, because they know that it's not going to expire very soon. So the consumption amounts are also can change quite drastically. They might be like, oh, this morning I'm gonna take it, or this week I'm taking it, then next week I'm not taking it, and stuff like that. So think about this: all this soy milk, oat milk, whatever they are, these things. And then you wonder the people who kind of came up with the ideas like, hey, let's make this kind of product that has vegetable milk, and then we sell it with a very good price. A lot of middlemen people there, and suddenly all these people who made these companies, they're filthy rich. They are filthy rich in just few years, and now they're constantly getting a lot of money because it's become a norm. And then apparently they are the healthiest options, heavily processed, full of all kind of ingredients. I mean, come on. Really, think about it. Think about it. It's really fishy. Because the funny thing is also, this is my personal experience, and personally what happened. Example is that eggs. Eggs has always been, well, now lately it's been always saying, let's say past 30, 20 years, they've been saying that eggs are very bad for you. They increase your cholesterol. I mean, it's the yellow part that is really bad for you. Your cholesterol will go up and roof. You're gonna die faster. You're gonna have heart problems and all that. So the funny thing is, I started eating eggs since in the beginning of the year, about 3 eggs a day in the morning as a breakfast. And before that, well, okay, not a beginning of the year, more March, April. So let's say 7 months ago or something, 8 months ago. So, and before that, I went to do blood test, and my cholesterols and all that, were kind of on the limit, little bit on the bad side, but overall were still okay. Then I started eating eggs, three eggs every single day, and I went to do my blood work on September, October, and the results came out that all the bad blood values have gone drastically down. And that's the only thing I changed in my dietary. Just added eggs. So it makes me wonder, what is really the truth, or is it just I just happen to have genes that it works better with the eggs. But I still wonder what happened there. So yeah. And then of course, like the same thing is that you should use a lot of like vegetable oils and stuff like that. Should not use any other oils than vegetable oils. Yet when you see how that oil is, that it's in a, no matter how much you heat it, it's still not going to be like runny. But like, let's say like it's a butter and you warm it up to a certain degree and then nothing, it doesn't stick anything. But vegetable oils, even if you heat it up, it's still gonna be there. It's not gonna get removed at all. And then if you look like a vegetable oil based butter or margarines, they're always very solid even in the room temperature. Okay, they're like runny in the cold, but they're also very like kind of solid in higher temperatures. Like let's assume your body temperature 37 degrees. Butter, the margarine, it's going to be the same, but butter is much more runny and it doesn't really stick that much compared. So that's another thing you start to wonder, like, is the vegetable oil really that good for you? And of course, like, which vegetable oil is better for you and which one isn't? Because now everybody's always saying like palm oil is bad for you and all that. Environmental impact, bad for your health, all this stuff. It's so hard to say sometimes. So like this, because I always been in the idea that the more the processed item is, the worse it is for you. Like for example, when it comes to margarine and butter, the margarine is a thing that it makes you wait, what did I was saying? The margarine is like very heavily processed, because to be able to make it vegetable oil to become like that kind of like solid form, you have to really use a lot of processing on it, compared to like, let's say like butter is just, you just keep smacking it and that's it. It just becomes like butter form, and then you remove the excess fats and stuff like that. It's just a very simple process. But with the vegetable oils, it's really not that simple. It's not like you just squeeze it. You have to do some other stuff too to get margarine. Then a good example is this one. Like my youngest daughter was having a little bit stomach problems in the holiday, and then I suggested to my wife that she should stop giving the margarine to our daughter. And so basically she stopped giving and just changed to regular butter, and like 1 week later, no problems with stomach at all anymore. And all kind of like weirdness just, and then I just said like, okay, now that it's gone, try to go back to the margarine. And the problems came back after like another week, 5 days, week. So it was clear indication that for our daughter, the margarine was worse than the butter. It was causing a lot of more problems, instant problems. So just imagine, what about long-term problems? Yeah, so everything has to be take a little bit of a grain of salt, but always a good idea is that if you don't consume something drastic amounts, you're fine. Most of the things you eat. But some of the things are you really wonder, are they really that good? Especially when somebody's gaining a lot of money out of it. Because if somebody's getting a lot of money out of it, you will start to wonder like how they can make so much more money out of it than the traditional stuff. You really have to think, why is it like that? So yeah. But these oat milk companies and stuff like that, they are very shady overall, because they are definitely lobbying, doing anything that they can make it better. So let me see actually if I can find anything. So oat milk. Like here is a good, okay, actually no, you can see. Like here is the thing. This is just the first thing. That's the first thing that pops up on the search. The first thing that pops out is Compared to animal milk, oat milk exerts a positive effects on preventing cancer, cholesterol, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease due to its abundant functional activity components. Yes, okay, I'm not denying that one, but what about something else? Like, I'm still a little bit this is the thing I really wonder. Exerts a positive effect on preventing cancer. Like, how well you can really search, and have you considered all the possible forms of cancer? I just personally don't see that this is really the better option overall. I just can't see it. It's just so hard to believe it's just going to be like that. Like a different form of milk, and it's like just fine like that. In certain ways, oat milk is healthier than the other milk options, but in some other ways it's lacking. For example, oat milk has more fiber than cow's milk or nut-based milk. An average cup of oat milk has about 2 grams of fiber. It contains maltose, which has glycemic index of 105. It includes the highest carbohydrates content among all plant-based milk due to the starch in oats. 16% grams of carbohydrates per cup. 1 cup of oat milk contains around 7 grams of added sugar. And then this here, they didn't put any example of normal milk. I wonder what the normal milk would have. And it doesn't even say 7 grams per what? I mean, 6 grams, 7 grams per what? They don't even say that either. But this is the thing, I'm just saying. It should not be that this is the way to go. Yeah, that one doesn't really say, but yeah. But now I rather want to see, what is it, the Oatly. Like Oatly market value. The market value is like 362 million right now. As an example. And then the increase. Yeah, you see the company when it became stock 2021. Boom, $22. But for some reason the value has dropped drastically. My goodness. Okay, interesting to know what has happened here. Like the revenue went up by 10%, but net income dropped drastically. Net income actually was negative, dropped by 178%. Revenue went up, but income went down. Net margin profile also went down by 170% in a year. And then CEO, the founder. Let's see, the founder. Let's see, net worth. Right now, the guy's net worth is 1.4 billion. Oh, okay, Richard and Björn also. So they're it's brothers. Yeah. And there's some other company called. But yeah, it's just the thing that people made a lot of money from these healthier options and everything. It's always like the value of the cost of the bottle is also pretty crazy. Then you wonder like why just normal milk isn't the same price, and now give that money to the farmer. Maybe then they maybe the animals can eat healthier, be healthier, or be getting better nutrients and everything. Maybe the product milk itself becomes even better. Just a simple things like that, It's just weird. I see it very weird kind of a thing. Because I'm all about like a healthier lifestyle. I mean, I understand the healthy lifestyle, but some of the things also, another thing is like veganism. Sometimes the idea is nice, but the issue is like, why vegan food has to be why does it have to be imitating a meat? Like vegan food. Why does it have to imitate a meat? Like, okay, the good example is like my wife's like cooking. I would say like 80% of her cooking is vegan food. Like we eat a lot of beans and all kind of vegetables and all that. And that's just normal, natural food. Nothing to be processed food like there is now crazy, you know, like almost meat. Or what is it, they're branding something like, it's just weird. Like, why can't we just, if we want to go for vegan food, why can't we just eat normal vegan food? Like healthy beans and stuff like that. Why can't we just do that? Why we have to eat something over processed and we don't even know what it contains, kind of a BS. I'm just saying, you know, it just doesn't make sense. We already had there's a lot of cultures that already has a very vast and rich, like vegan food cultures. They have like a lot of different vegan dishes and all that. Why are we not using those ones already? Why are we coming up with very weird kind of like things that should not be even a vegan option? Like that is the thing. Like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Like, honestly. That's just the thing. I just don't get it. Just the thing that I just don't fully understand. Simple as that. But I mean, okay. Here is the thing. I'm saying wrong things. It's like I don't understand. Because I do understand it completely. It's about money. Money. You know, the money, the cash. It's all about it. Everybody's coming with a crazy marketing things just to make sales. I mean, like, look, Red Bull. That thing is definitely not good for you. But heavy advertisements and marketing and all that, it has made it so that everybody wants to drink Red Bull. And it's a normal thing. Even though it's probably gonna kill a lot of people in the near future because of the things it has, like crazy amounts of things that is really harmful for you. But still, people drink it because mostly people think it's good for you. Oh, and also another thing, the issue, like what usually is the sugar stuff, sugar content, which is the thing I always struggle. I have a very sweet tooth. I struggle with all kind of sugar and sweet stuff. So all these things, like think about all the advertisements like low fat food and all these. So what do they, fill those low fat products with to add flavor? They add sugar. They never mention about it really. They just say low fat. That's it. But when you go check more details, usually they easily can this like low fat yogurt for example. Even though it's like just a low fat yogurt without any like flavor, non-flavored, it can have double the sugar content what the normal yogurt would have, but only because it's low fat they have compensated with the more like sugar, so you are going to taste it still good. And then the fact that sugar it's addictive and all that, and also like it makes your brain go haywire. And as far as I know, I would imagine that sugar actually is one reason why Western societies have a lot of mental, like dementia, so all these memory problem issues. Because the consumption of sugar is just so nasty. The amounts are crazy. That's a thing I also believe. So it's not only going to be impacting on diabetes, on the normal typical diabetes in the body, and I think there was also some researchers finally starting that there is actually also like a type 3 diabetes. And then this type 3 diabetes is the one that is actually affecting the brain. So basically, imagine this idea, because sugar is highly addictive. And what other things are highly addictive? Drugs. And what usually they say that drugs do you? They make your head go mushy. So what about the sugar? what is the sugar doing to your brain? What is the sugar doing to your brain in the long run? Because I'm just thinking about everybody in my family that have lived long enough that they started to have like memory problems and all other kind of like stuff. One thing they had very common, they usually had quite sweet tooth. Like they used to drink coffee in a way that they take a sugar cube, put the sugar cube between their teeth and suck the coffee through that sugar cube. And they can easily use like 1 to 2 sugar cubes per cup of coffee. That's like one thing. And then on top of that, they still will take some like a pastry or something like some sweet on top of the coffee, or maybe even cake. And then on top of that, like all my grandma, for example, she always had like a small drawer where every time everybody came, we knew it. Everybody knew the drawer. Like you open the drawer, there's candies there. There was always candies there. Never was a day that there wasn't candy. Okay, once there was the situation that I went to see and there was no candies, and of course my grandma, she saw it, that I went to check it, and then she said like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to put it here." I just bought it, but I didn't like open the bag yet, so you can open it yourself. So there was always candy available. So you think about how often she is the one also taking those candies. And unfortunately, she is now having memory problems. Sad it is, but yeah, it's kind of like bringing those ones, because there's multiple cases in my family. Like everybody who had some sort of memory problems, they always were heavy sugar consumers, different forms of sugar. So that really started to wonder. And then the fact is that none of them had any diabetes or anything like that. They never had any other problems in their body, health problems or anything. But the only thing was that they had the memory problems when they get to a certain age, dementia, all these. So that started to make me wonder also, like I really need to work hard on the sugar consumption, because I think if I keep going longer and longer, things are just going to get worse and worse for me too if I live long enough. So avoiding that, I need to stop. I need to really, really, really reduce sugar, which is also the carbs. I need to reduce a lot of carbs. Bread, definitely bread off the limits, because our country is also a country that we always eat a lot of bread, and that's another thing that creates a lot of sugar in the body. There's a reason bread is so tasty when it's fresh. There's a reason for that too. So there's like a lot of health things there that needs to be solved and figured out. So yeah, I need to like improve myself a lot in a lot of different areas still, so I can get it there. But yeah, especially now that I have kids, I really started to feel I need to really, really, really start thinking differently. But yeah, it's a work in progress. It's not easy. It's not easy because it is a form of addiction. Sugar addiction is a real thing, and it's very nasty too. It's I have a very big victim of it. I've consumed a lot of sugar stuff in my life, so it is like high time. I need to like really, really, really stop it. Although I have already reduced it almost to non-existing. Nowadays it's like candies. I only like kind of fall a victim of like sales. Let's say like, oh, candy bag half price. Yeah, count me in. Yeah, I might go for that one. And then, okay, the bread. At least the good thing is the bread. I have stopped eating the bread basically completely. That's a very good thing. And then I realized actually I'm saving a lot of money. Because when I bought the bread, I always had to have also like butter, cheese. And then I used to also have like I had to put like some slice of meat on it too, so everything, and then also some cucumber or something else, the pickle, either cucumber or pickle. This was like the two things I always had to have. So basically, if I buy bread, I have to buy butter, I have to buy cheese, Okay, the meat, I forget about the meat because that was a long time ago when I still went for that. But on top of that, still cucumber and pickle. That's now a lot of money also. And the cucumber alone, it's not really that kind of a health option, like a massively. So yeah, eating bread was actually quite expensive. And the fact that, you know, it was so good, so usually it's just not one slice of bread, it's multiple slices of bread, and the multiple slices of cheese, butter, a lot of butter and all that. So yeah, so you consumed a lot of it, so a lot of money would have gone on that one, rather than I would have just make a proper meal and eat that, and that's it. So lots of things, lots of small things that really make a big impact. So, but yeah, need to now work a little bit harder now with the. Anyway, like I said, like 2 more weeks and then my cutting period starts. I start to cut down the weight. Start to really like, now I've been bulking quite heavily, which is good because now it's kind of like nice when you bulking and then you see that results. You go to the gym, everything you do, it feels like it's lighter. You can do more, even though I try to lift as heavy as possible. I usually lift until I just cannot lift anymore the weights when I go to the gym. So now it's just more weights, more reps and all that. That's the thing. That's the, like, I actually shocked because I'm hitting almost 40 and my results are just getting better than ever before, which is crazy. And I'm not even taking anything, any like illegal stuff. That's the crazy stuff. If I would be taking like some illegal, like if I would be taking steroids, for example, then they would not be surprised of improving in the results. But I'm not taking anything, so that's crazy. I'm not taking anything, and yet I'm getting. There's a lot of berserkers actually. This is not even the first berserker I see. I have seen on this spot. I have seen so many berserkers. That's another like this. That's like 5th berserker today I've seen when I've been grinding here. So actually, berserkers seems to be quite popular, at least on this level. Don't know about high end how it is there. Oh, it's 9 already. I think we might not be playing Pal World today. I'm not sure. Because yeah, today I have to finish up way earlier than normally I would be. I really need to try to hit the bed early. Get the routine going now. Because I mean, I need to also tomorrow I need to go change the winter tires, so that's why I a little bit have to wake up a little bit earlier so I can get everything done before I go change them. Oh yeah, I still have the buff. But healthier options. Can you imagine a nerd talking about healthy lifestyle? I mean, like, the typical thing is like Twitch streamers, when they kind of like reach certain level of popularity, suddenly they start to take care of their body and losing weight and everything. Like I mean, like, if I think about like NMP LOL, like how he has really become so tiny compared to what he used to be, and then at the same time he actually became quite popular, like very popular. So it's just and it's always like everybody, any streamer who just started to become bigger and bigger, if they used to live like a very unhealthy lifestyle, suddenly now they are into very healthy lifestyle. Because you know why? When you gain money, it is easy. It makes it easy to have an access to healthier lifestyle. Because healthier food, more expensive. Less processed food, less middlemen, more expensive for some reason. That's the craziest part. Healthy food, expensive. Oh. Somebody managed to get mythical. Like, is it that the T10 horse or something? That's solid. That's very solid. Ay, ay. All right. Let me soon jump to the Discord channel to see what's the plan. Because I think it would be good to go do something already with the Power World server. Like I said, gathering materials, more materials, so we can